Hey folks, Prepper Life here with another video. I'm going to right off the bat apologize for taking so long between making videos. I know a lot of people are looking for, I do get messages like, dude, hello, I subscribed and it's been 3 months. My videos basically are centered around budget prepping for those of you who don't know me. And today's topic is going to be budget firearms. Big problem that I had when I started prepping was how do I buy guns without having to get a second job, basically. I mean, a decent revolver's $500+. You can barely find a 45 anywhere for less than $500. But things are changing in the market now, which is really good. So, in the spirit of budget prepping, I just had I had the drawer over to my right. I had a few items in it, with the exception of this one. These are all budget gear items. I figured I'd just put them out here for when I'm first talking, so you have something to look at. For those of you who are wondering, this is the J5 Tactical. Single AA battery flashlight, love it. It's a little gnarled and bumpy and heavy for its size, but it has a great adjustable beam and it lasts forever, hours on that battery. This is a fighting knife, CRKT Dragon, awesome. Concealed carry knife, awesome. And then this is I don't know if it's T-Light or T-Light, booyah. It's the made by Cold Steel. That's the large 6-inch model. Great knife if you want to have some standoff room between you and the bad guy. So anyway, firearms, big, but you need them. If you're prepping and you don't have a means of self-protection, you're in a bad way because all your preps will get taken right out from under you. There's nothing you can do about it. Oh, well, I have knives and machetes. And okay, well, it's a start. I absolutely, and you need those. I think it's good. I think everybody should have a sword. Oh, that's silly. This isn't ancient, Japan. Well, you know what? A sword doesn't need bullets, and a sword is effective killing machine, which we've known now for thousands of years as the human race, and it's a good thing to have them. So I'm a big fan of prepping for everything and having as many of your bases covered as you can, but you have to be able to afford to do so, and that's the issue here. So, any case, another budget item everybody should have: one of these folding utility knives. God, it saves all your blades from getting ruined. Your nice ones. Even your nice budget ones. These are expensive. That's $15, $15 for a Gerber. But get one, they're good too. So anyway, enough of the knives and flashlights and all that. Cool though, right? See. It's nasty shape. Great, it turns out this knife was great for food prep. I was cutting fruit with it. Really good fruit knife. J5 Tactical, go pick one of these up. They're usually between 10 and $15. Worth it for sure. Very tough, waterproof. T-Light, budget. You're basically getting, a $200. In terms of quality, you're getting a knife that's over $100, in my opinion, for $40. You can pick these up for $38 on eBay, I believe. One of these days I'll put a store together, an Amazon store, and put links for you guys. I gotta start making videos for that before I do that though, right? But I promise when I get my routine set, which I'm moving now too, of course. After everything else, I'm moving, so it's been tough. But I really enjoy making these videos. I want to help, and I want people, there's so much I learned through trial and error that, in the comments, we can all help each other when you guys see these videos. So, good knife, a lot of again, it says like 13 inches open. I mean, you got if you grip this thing in the back, you have a full grip, and you got a spear at the end of your hand. It's going to be tough for someone to get. And as usual, these knives are sharp. They will cut you. In the words of the guy from Forged in Fire, it will cut. Joe Marcaida. So, all right, let's get into the guns here, folks. I mean, these are the parameters for the gun to be considered for this video, to be considered a budget weapon. It has to cost less than $250. I was going to make it $200, but let's be realistic. I mean, I'm talking $250 after transfer fees or background checks, taxes, everything. That's where we're going to sit. So in general, we're looking at guns that are not going to cost more than $220, depending on where your shop is and how cheap they are on the other things that they have to do that come along with buying a gun. So that's the parameters we're set for. Caliber doesn't matter, although it does essentially, but not for this video. We will go over calibers, but let's get to it. So first gun, you've all seen it. This is a High Point model JHP. God, this camera is awful. I apologize for how blurry it is. I also apologize for my my lack of professionalism today. I did no notes, no nothing. I just grabbed these guns and I had a minute, which I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop now, where I don't have any more time to just make a video. So I did. This gun is simple safety, slide lock. This is a 45. And yes, it is loaded, folks, because this is in my system, this gun. This is one of my self-defense, home defense weapons. I do not carry this gun. It just stays home, or it goes in the trunk of a car. Oftentimes, that's where you'll see it. So, just so you know, there's not one, you know, in the pipe there. There's not. This gun is probably, in my opinion, I mean, it really depends on what you're looking to use them for. If this is for prepping, and you want to have a high, you know, a bigger caliber pistol that you're really not going to use unless the end of the world comes, or, you know, you have a severely crazy situation, this is a good gun. It's ugly, it's huge, it's heavy. This thing weighs 40 plus ounces when it's loaded. It's really heavy. Ugly, huge, heavy, but you know what? It's really accurate. High Point Firearms, there it is. It's really accurate, super duper accurate. My friend has a nice 911, can't remember which brand, but it's a name brand. And this thing was shooting better than his 911, and we both shot both. So it wasn't just me, because I'm not a good shot, not naturally. I need practice. I'm one of those people. And he is a good shot, and he admitted this gun shoots as good, in fact, better than his 19. It doesn't shoot better, it shoots more accurately. Let's put it that way. And we were resting them on a bag and really taking our time. So, you know, in a whip your gun out of the holster and start shooting firefight situations, probably gonna be a lot different. But very heavy, surprisingly comfortable. This pistol is very comfortable. As a matter of fact, it comes with a grip that's like smooth plastic. The grip is crap. So I just cut a piece of skateboard tape to fit it. Now it's great. And a fantastic grip on it now. Aside from being very slick and smooth, the grip is a great shape for guys with big hands. I'm a 2XL glove size. I'm actually between an XL and a 2XL, somewhere in the middle of gloves, but I usually buy 2XL. This gun fits me perfect. If you're a smaller guy or gal, maybe not so much, but they do make this gun in 9mm and 380 and 40 caliber. The 40 caliber is the same size as this one, basically the same gun, chambered for 40. The 9mm and 380s are, it's a scaled down version. It looks just like it, but smaller, so a bit lighter, and might be more your speed than 9mm. Shoots great. I know a few people that have them. I've shot the 9mm, and I've shot their carbines. All accurate. This gun, with the exception of the first 2 magazines I put through it, has never had a failure to fire, feed, or eject. I can't tell you how unbelievably reliable this piece of junk is. And I paid out the door, brand new, taxes, fees, background checks, everything, $168 and change at a gun show. And I've seen them cheaper than that. I've seen them, you can pick these up used. I saw one on the other day online for $120 used. Same one, 45. The 40s are even cheaper usually, because nobody wants 40 caliber these days. Amazing gun for the money. Amazing gun for the money. Ugly, heavy. You wouldn't stuff this down your pants or in a holster and go out with it. But if you're looking to have something heavy duty that holds nine in the mag, 1 in the chamber, so you got 10 rounds, and with a safety, this is your gun. Good for home defense. Good for shooting at the range and outside. It's fun to shoot. Great gun to shoot. And I this specific gun, 2 women have shot at the range. They were there and they wanted to try it. And I let them shoot it, and they both did well with it. So, highly recommended. High Point. Okay. Again, I apologize for the and all this. I'm totally discombobulated. Wasn't expecting to do this right now. But I'm glad I'm here with you guys. I'm glad I'm here to do it. And even through all my lack of professionalism, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up, and give me some comments if there's anything that you disagree with or agree with or want to teach me and the other viewers. I really like comments. It's very important. So, 160, definitely a budget gun, right? Definitely a budget gun. Okay, this one is another one you see often. We're going to totally tip the scales in the other direction to something small. This is a Ruger LCP 380. It holds 6 in the mag. Yes, it is loaded. No, there is not one in the chamber. But yes, 6. You get 6 and 1, so you can get a total of 7. I don't put one in the chamber unless I'm alone and I'm out and I'm happen to be carrying this, which is going to be rare. If I'm alone and I'm out, I'm going to have something else probably. But this is my work gun. When I do carpentry work and construction work, and this is what I carry in a pancake holster, so it's nice and well covered. This thing has gotten really dirty, really dirty, and it still shoots every time. Really, really impressed with how reliable this gun. I've never had a single failure in this, and I've shot this probably more than any other, even more than the High Point. I've definitely put more than 500 rounds through this gun, and I haven't cleaned it since over 200 rounds ago, and I guarantee I could chamber one of these rounds and it'd fly right out of here, no problem. You can see it's got some holster wear on it. This camera's not the best, but these are good looking little guns, and they're the most concealable. This design, which you see Kel-Tec makes guns similar, a couple other companies do too, this basic design. This design is so concealable. It just fits anywhere. You can put this in your ankle, no one will know, in your hip, in your pocket with those pocket holsters. Really good for concealment. Accuracy is horrible on this gun. Good luck hitting the broadside of a barn with this thing, but it does have a laser. This one doesn't. It's not on. I do have a laser that clips on the front. Helps with that, but it's, I'm not going to put a laser on it if I'm digging ditches and hammering nails with this thing on. So it's for me anyway, this is strictly a close range weapon for self-defense, but its concealability, its lightweight make it such a great gun. Highly recommended LCP. And price, you can pick these up right now, brand new. I've seen them online like Buds and a couple other places for $189, I think. I picked this up for $230 when I bought it. It just came, okay, I broke the rules. It was over $250 with taxes and everything. But nowadays, I was at the same shop 3 days ago. I saw this gun brand new and they had it for $199. Yeah, $200. So these guns are very well priced. They do make a version of it that's the LCP2. A lot of people don't like the trigger on this gun because it's very heavy trigger, long reset, long pull, all that. I've gotten so used to it, I don't mind it at all. I sort of like heavy triggers in a way. Forces me to get my head in the game and really think as I'm pulling the trigger, which I like. So I've grown accustomed to it. I didn't like it at first, but now I do. So the LCP is a great weapon for me. This is, if you're going to pick two guns, pistols. I want a small concealable pistol, and I want something big and nasty I can take down, big guys with. Here they are. This is what you get, man. I can't say it any better. These would be the two guns I'd pick if we're trying to spend the least amount of money and get the best quality we can and reliability. Here it is. And we'll keep them together in a group. Now, as a counterpart to this, a competitor would be this. Same caliber. You can see this is the Bodyguard, Smith & Wesson. It's an M&P. Then it's from the M&P line. You can see it's a bit bigger, higher, longer. Not much though. I mean, it's pretty close. Pretty damn close, man. Pretty damn close. So let's do it this way. Okay. It's at a 1/2 inch at best. Let's look at the length. Oh, that's pretty close. 1/4 inch width. I'm going to say this one's it's probably the same width overall once you measure it, but the tapering on this one's a little better. LCP. Nothing's more concealable than this LCP. You can put it anywhere and it disappears. This is very concealable though, and this is probably my favorite carry gun as of now. The Bodyguard shoots a 380, similar to this. Again, it's going to be loaded because I carry this thing every day, either as my primary or my backup much of the time. All of you that want to be happy, I like this gun because the hammer is always down. This one, heavy trigger pull. Once you load one in the chamber, your hammer's, you still have some travel to bring it back all the way, but it's half cocked, which means that the springs has tension on it at all times. I don't like that. And in my mind, it's less safe. I know it's probably being ridiculous, but it's just not because the hammer's back. This one, the hammer's always for. It doesn't matter if you got one in the chamber, if you don't. It's always a double action. It'd be like having a revolver. Very heavy trigger. Super crisp at the end, though. And you can see the hammer, so you know. All right, here I am. Boom. I love this weapon. So I can carry, this one I will carry one in the chamber because the hammer's always down. And I have a trigger safety here. So I can load one up and I'm really safe now compared to most guns, safer than that. And you have your indicator so you can tell when there's a shell in there. Oh, and then you can drop it. Like an idiot. That's why I don't like guns that have the hammers back. You know, who knows? I mean, you pull your pants down and take a dump in a public bathroom, gun falls off, clambers to the floor. You just don't know. Something safe about this that I really like. And it's awesome looking. It's just a sexy little Smith & Wesson. But this is not a budget gun. Prepper Life, what are you talking about? Well, it was for me. I bought it used. I found it on armslist.com. Guy was selling it. Nice guy. $175 with a carbon fiber Kydex holster that is phenomenal. Fits it great. Tucks away nicely. And a full box of shells and an extra mag. It came with 3 mags. $175. You can find these people. You just have to look. You know, I don't find these arms list deals all the time. I don't even find them every month, but I find them. I just look every day briefly, see what's out there, and that's it. So here we go. Great. This gun. Trigger's extremely heavy on this gun. Heavier than LCP. Has a safety. Love that. Accuracy. Phenomenal for its size. Way better than the LCP in accuracy. I really shoot well with this gun. I like this gun. I can hit targets at a decent range with this small pocket pistol, which makes me happy because, as I always say, I'm not the best shot. I'm just not known for that. I have to practice a lot. Highly recommended. Okay, budget guns, budget guns, budget guns. Here's another small pistol. You've probably seen these. If you're a prepper and you're looking for cheap guns, you've looked at this and thought, wow, I should get that. That's cheap. 120 bucks new. This one was used. I got it at a dealer, or at a gun dealer, a gun store. I went in, they have listings online on armslist.com. This gun store, it's in the state next door, but it's close enough. So when I'm in that state, I swing by there and I ask him, what do you have that's super cheap and junky? And here it is. And he said, oh, we got this. Pulled this out, 50 bucks. 50 bucks. Let me shoot it too. They have a range in the back. Do I like this gun? No. I do, because it's actually really solid for how cheap these guns are. Very heavy and solid, and mag release is great. It's got indicators so you can see how loaded you are. I like it as a hammer. I really like. Oh, this is, by the way, yes. Oh, here we go. We get a safety check for you guys. Nothing. I like this about it. Smooth. Even with the hammer down. Not bad. How's the trigger on this thing? Heavy when it's in single. Heavy, but you know, not heavy enough to cause a problem. We have multiple safeties. This is you can see red. Now it's not. Now it's safe. Now it's ready. That is a firing pin blocker. It locks the firing pin so that you could theoretically carry this thing hammer back, loaded. You have 2 safeties. Here, fire and safe, but they're backwards. You push it up to make that safe, and you push this down. Confusing, right? But technically, yeah, I mean, you could leave this on fire, leave this up, and it'll block it. Don't ever do that with the 22 automatic unless you have something that blocks the pin, because it jacks up the gun. So $50, yes, buy this gun. You know what? Go get one of these for $120. They make them new. They make them new. Of course they do. They sell them for $120 new. You can get them in nice stainless steel. It's a good-looking little gun, and it's a 22 long rifle. Who doesn't love a 22? It's good for plinking. How's the accuracy, Prepper Life? It's good. It's good. But I mean, we were shooting at distance, 10 yards, 30 feet. We were getting hits all day in vital areas on the targets. Is it comfortable? Yeah, super comfortable. I did get a bite. I got slide bite from it, so you have to watch out for that. Here, it got me. I got my friend too, so there is that, which I hate when that happens. Safeties are a pain in the ass. But for 50 bucks, I had to buy it. So I shot it, and it shoots great. It's a good-looking gun, heavier than the Ruger, much heavier than the Smith & Wesson, and it holds 10 rounds, like all 22s. I don't know why they do that. Just, somebody needs to invent a 22 automatic that holds more than 10. So that was a gun shop purchase. Now, you know what, Prepper Life, you just ran across them. That's not real life. That doesn't happen. It does if you're looking. You just take 15 minutes a day to go online, go to Arms List, go to Gun Broker, look for guns in your area. You will find them, and you just immediately contact the person, and you don't bargain with them. If a guy's selling a $350 gun like this for 175 bucks, I send him a message and I say, I want to buy your gun. Not, I'll give you $150 for it. No, you don't do that when someone is selling a gun at a good price. You just buy it. And you'll be the one to get it. They're not going to want to entertain other people who are trying to lowball them and all that. So $50, I was happy. And this was not from a civilian individual. This was from a gun shop. The guy at the gun store buys them himself, and he puts them up. One of the workers there puts them on, and then he sells them at the shop, and I guess he gets his cut or whatever. How it works, I don't know. But the same guy, when I was purchasing, I came in there for a Derringer, and I didn't get the Derringer. It was a 38 special. It would have been, I was going to get it for a woman. It would have been too much as far as kick and accuracy being lousy and all that. But they had this, and I said, what else do you have? Do you have anything beat up and cheap that works? He said, yeah. And he pulled out the Astra 357 mag. Love it. Don't love that he bobbed, whoever owned this at one point, bobtailed this off. So again, it's empty because we're going to pull the trigger on this thing. In single action, oh my goodness, is this trigger amazing. I mean, I couldn't believe it. This is some cheap Spanish brand. Astra. Beautiful. Beautiful. Double action. Heavy. When we checked out the alignment, for shooting, the one guy there is a Smith. He said, yeah, is it aligned? Let's go shoot it. So I bought a box, and we all took turns shooting this weapon. And I got to tell you, it shot great. It shot great. And I was really happy. I want you to get a close look at how beat up this thing is. I mean, this thing is ugly. But what if I did something cool? Like, I don't know, Cerakoted it or something? Turn it into a tactical revolver. But my son, my 10-year-old, said, don't do that. He said, just have something, have a new hammer welded on the top. And he said, finish those wood grips. They're awesome. I said, you're right. It'd be kind of nice having the little Astra. This thing was carried so much that the checkering is smooth. It's like almost gone. Somebody was carrying this bad boy. This was their carry weapon. They bobtailed the hammer. Somebody was carrying this, probably in a holster, tucked up in their pants. Mad respect for that guy. So we shot it at the shop because they have a range there, and it shot flawlessly, and it was very accurate. The sights are apparently sighted in, so I don't have to change anything. It's adjustable for both windage and elevation. Very reminiscent of a Smith & Wesson 357 as far as the shape and the way it feels. I love this trigger guard, although it's not the best for gloved hands. So what did you pay for this, Prepper Life? This was $75, and this was $50. So I was into these two guns for $125 plus tax. Plus I'd have them shipped to my state, which was another $20. It was $140 plus. Background check was $10, $150, $155. It was under $160. I know. It was over 160. It was 160 something dollars. All said and done for these two guns. Yeah, they're ugly. Yeah, they're beat up. But you know what? We shot them both. I got to shoot them on site, which was great, without having to pay for a lane. And they're functional. I mean, this isn't too bad looking, right? It's not too bad. I'd carry that if I wasn't too concerned about having 10 safeties on a gun. This thing, yeah, it's not pretty at all. but it shoots. This would be a great gun to keep in your trunk, keep in your glove box, to put in a cache, your prepper cache with a couple box of rounds. Great gun for that. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think about it. Who cares? You spent 75 bucks on it. Who cares? Right? Okay, so far you see we're doing good. New purchases, used purchases. And I'm not some gun guru. I'm not, I spend the extra few minutes a day to make sure I get what I want. What else we got? Revolvers. This, I bought at a local gun store here. This is a Taurus 94 9-shot 22 long rifle. Also shoots, obviously, shorts, 22 shorts. Pretty cool gun. I've heard horror stories about it. I looked at it for a day. I went back and bought it the next day, but I read up on them. You know right out the box if it's going to be a piece of junk or not. And apparently it's not a piece of junk, this one. I make friends when I go to the range because I'll bring all these guns plus rifles. It's crazy when I go to the range. So everybody's always wanting to shoot what I got, and I'm generous about that. So a couple people shot this, and again, surprisingly accurate. It was, once you get past 30 feet, it was a tough shot. But when we put stingers in it, which is what I carry in it, this thing shot great. Timing was perfect. I do carry this gun. Not all the time, not even often, but I carry it. So I usually keep it loaded, which is why you see that I have some of these rounds out. I'll unload it for the video, but I keep this one hidden in the house and away from my bedroom in a different area where children can't get at it. And this is a good gun for that. It's also a great gun to go camping with, which I haven't done yet because I have a Ruger single 6. Plus, I just bought this gun too, so excuse me. So I just bought I just bought it, so I haven't really had time. I shot it a couple times, but I just bought it recently, so I haven't had time to go camping with it or anything like that. But I would imagine this would make a great camping gun. It's small, it's revolver, it's 22, good snake charmer. But I do have a Ruger single 6 with a 6-inch barrel. So, or 6.5-inch barrel. So I probably, if I'm going to go camping and carry a gun, I'll just carry the Ruger on my hip, open carry, because it's so accurate and such a great gun for hunting and camping kind of purposes. But it's heavy. This is not. It's a nice lightweight gun. Grip's cool. It has a Allen key safety on the hammer. So when you're not using it and you don't want the children to get, and kill themselves or whatever, you can, comes with a key. You just turn it. It's not an Allen key. It's similar. And it locks the hammer so no one can shoot it. Love safety features. When you're a parent and you have children and you have guns, safety, 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 safety. You cannot afford a friggin' mistake. Remember that. You can't. Your life is ruined. Everybody's life is ruined if you do something stupid, like keep guns within reach of children and not do what you can to make sure they're safe. So I'll get off my soapbox right there. People that get mad at me, oh, you don't carry, when you carry your weapon, you don't carry one in the chamber? Not always, no. Another reason I like carrying revolvers, because there's always one in the chamber. And I don't have that excuse to myself. But no, I don't. If I carry this gun, I do. I will keep one in the chamber. Why? Because I can. Because the hammer is always down and it has an external safety. And I'm putting it in a Kydex holster covering the trigger. I feel safe. This I do not, as I've been through. I've already said all that anyway. So, yeah. So far, every gun here is less than $200, right? Or not less than, but under $250. And we're amassing a list of them here. Okay, this is my final one I'll do for pistols. This is a Rock Island Model 400, no, Model 200. You can see it right there. Rock Island Armory. They make some cool guns, mainly things like this, and they're big on 1911s. People love their 1911s. I think they're made in, not Taiwan, Vietnam maybe? Maybe it says it. Philippines. Cool gun. Love the finish. Tactical finish. Kind of a matte black finish. I bought this used. Guy was selling it in armslist.com. I'm not affiliated with them. I'm just letting you know that's what I use. Again, I stumbled. I said, that's a nice revolver. He wanted $175. So I sent him a message and said, I will give you $180 for your gun if you meet me today. And he said, great. So I gave him an extra 5, make sure he wouldn't sell it to somebody else. I looked it up, researched it, all that, of course. I've done that before because I've considered these guns because I'm always budget shopping when I buy anything for prepping or for life in that, for that matter. So I knew reviews were extremely positive. I saw very few out of hundreds of reviews that were not good. And I have the same experience. Trigger is great, smooth, especially the hammer pull on this thing. This is empty. It's a 38 special. This is a trunk gun. It stays in the trunk of one of my vehicles with a box of rounds and with a knife. It comes with a great plastic case. The hammer pull it's consistent. It's like on some guns, when you pull the hammer, it's heavy in the beginning and then lighter at the end, or vice versa. You know, light in the beginning and then it gets heavier at the end. This is so consistent. It's just a nice, and the trigger is, oh, love the trigger on this gun. Love the trigger on this gun. There's no, I mean, it's single action, but it's not even that a fraction of a millimeter of travel at all. Love it. Great gun, under 200 bucks. So here we go, right? You're gonna tell me you can't find guns for cheap. Nice guns. Some of these are decent guns. Some of these are big name brand guns, right? Right. So let's get these out of the way here. I'm gonna put some guns away. Which ones should we keep in the open for your viewing pleasure? You know what? Just because I feel like being a dick, I keep this out for your viewing pleasure. Now, you know what? We're gonna get rid of that too. All right. So you can find pistols. I'll say it again. This is your combo if you want decent quality and the best of both worlds as far as big and small pistols. Here it is. Or this. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend this combination either. 22, very useful. If shit hits the fan, there's going to be a lot of 22s. Well, there probably won't be a lot of them, but if there's any bullets that are going to be traded, they'll probably be 22s more than anything else. Another good reason to have a revolver, because you don't have to worry. If you buy cheap 22s, they still work. You don't get hang-ups in the gun, all that kind of stuff. So, we've been through the pistols, some budget items here. Peach tea. Here comes your long arms. I don't know how well this is going to fit in the frame because this camera frame is pretty small. This, my friends, is, sorry, this is the most unprofessional video ever. This is the mighty Mossberg Maverick 88. I bought the cheapest accessory you could get for it. You can't just screw down a pick rail on the top of this thing. It has to be bolted in from the side. This is a Mossberg 500 without the screws, without the tapped holes in the top, and with what I call the Crossman pellet gun safety. You know, the 500, at least when I was a kid, mine had the safety here instead, which is a little better. These are made in Mexico, not the US. They have those features that are a little bit, you know, not as nice, so you get them cheap. I bought this one at Dick's Sporting Goods. I believe this holds 5 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch 12 gauges in the, you know what, I'm gonna get this camera. Let's do this right so you can see what's going on. Okay, here we go. It's Mossberg 500. I like these. I like single point straps. So that's what I have here. It's just hooked around this flashlight. This is a Home Depot flashlight. This is a 1-inch mount for a scope. You can buy all these little pieces to, you know, that's my pick. That's so you can put Picatinny things on it. It's pretty smooth on the action. And it's a 12 gauge. And I have put quite a lot of rounds through this thing and it's never failed. Highly recommended. Don't know what else to say about it except that this is a good choice for a shotgun if you're budget minded. Definitely a good choice. So set her back here, and then excuse me again, I know it's way too professional for my own good. This I picked up. This is, all my guns are black. No racism here with my guns. This is the 30-06 Marlin 30-06. Really cheap plastic stock. I mean, it's not even like the composite. It's like hollow plastic. I'm going to say that's like a Walmart special scope. I got it with the scope. Tasco, maybe. Yeah. But not bad. You know, scope is just, I'm not a huge fan of spending a ton of money on a magnified scope. It's just, I don't know. Other scopes, cheap scopes seem to do fine for me. It is bolt action. So you have all the things that come along with that. And it came with this. So I got a bipod on it as well. We'll see if we can get a good view here of these guns. So there you go. We've got 12 gauge, 30-06. The 12 gauge shotgun I picked up at Dick's for $189.99. It was over $200 with taxes and fees and all that, and it took forever. My God, you go to Dick's to buy guns, just expect to be there for a while. This .6 I was buying. I was picking up this gun, this Spanish-made Astra 357, and a man came in with this gun here, this 30-06, to sell it. They looked it up, and they offered him $100 for it. So I told him, I will give you $200 for it if you give me the case and leave the scope and the bipod on it. And he said, sold. So I got it with one of these cases. Am I not mistaken that these cases are $50 by themselves? At least $40. Okay, so again, here we go, folks. Budget rifle. Less than $250, high powered. You can hunt just about anything with a 30-06, and less than $250. So I've been wanting to make this video for a long time because I hear a lot of people complaining about, you know, how they can't find guns at a good price, and they have to buy some piece of crap. And you know, certain ones I'd say you stay away from are the Sky, SCCY. Very popular because of their low price, but they do have failures. I shot one at a range where you could rent guns because I was going to buy one. They had one to try, and it was junk, absolute garbage. So you can cover all your firearm bases at less than $250 a firearm. $190 shotgun, $200 high-powered rifle, and all those pistols, you know, $150 high point and a $50 .22. And you'd be set. You'd have all the guns you need, and you wouldn't have to worry about, you know, blowing the bank. And if you come down with more money down the road, then great. You know, you can maybe trade in your cheaper guns and get yourself something new and fun. You know, look at this. Here we are. Nothing here costs more than $250. In fact, this Leatherman Wave costs almost $100. So I appreciate you guys swinging by, check out my video. Hit like. I need that thumbs up, man. I need it. Subscribe. I don't make videos often, but when I do, at least you know if you subscribe, you're not going to get hassled with nonstop videos that you're not going to watch. If you like prepping and you like saving money and you like personal experience that people have that you can learn from, then subscribe to my channel. In the future, I'm also on Patreon. Part of the reason I don't make videos is because I don't get any money to do it, and I'm super busy. I have to focus on life. If I get Patreon subscribers, which I haven't set that up yet, but I'm thinking about doing it, and people are giving me $1 a month, I'm going to feel obligated to make multiple videos, at least a few videos a month. So I'll let you guys know when that gets set up. But you don't have to. You know, I'm not asking you need to give me money. It would just be nice. It would light a fire in my ass, get me doing this more. But I do this more for you guys. I just want people to prepare. You know, I want you guys knocking on my door when the SHTF. So anyway, thank you so much for swinging by. And remember, you don't have to be poor. You don't have to go broke prepping. You can get guns, gear, knives, all that stuff at really good prices and high quality stuff. So subscribe and tune in because there's going to be a lot more of this, a lot more of these deals coming. I apologize for the lack of professionalism, but I had no preparation, no notes, no nothing. I just decided to make a video, and here we are. Well, thanks again, and we'll see you next time.